to say, but I'm videoing.
Say hi.
For Jessica?
Yeah.
What's the name?
For Jessica?
Jessica.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Chipotle.
Just got Chipotle, guys. This is travel day. Oh.
Good job.
We could just wait till where we're going, I guess.
That's funny. That's a blooper.
All right, so today's my travel day. I head out for New Zealand. We're just spending our last few minutes together before I get dropped off. Jess, she's dropping me off at the airport. Enjoying some food. Sad, goodbyes are hard. I think we had a video before when Jess dropped me off at the airport. That's the hardest part about what we do, right? All the travel and stuff, and time apart, time together. Our schedule's just never kind of really the same, but heading to New Zealand, I'm really excited for this trip. We're gonna take you guys along for what is gonna be a very, very long travel day for me. Fly out of Medford, Oregon to San Francisco, which is quick flight. And then I have a 13-hour flight to Auckland, New Zealand. Then we hop on another plane to head to the South Island. So it's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna be meeting up with some friends once I get to San Francisco. And the time, like right now, you can see it's just after noon. It's 12:11 on Sunday, November 30th right now. I'm gonna be landing on December 2nd. The time's gonna be all whack, and this will be kind of a first experience. So anyway, we're gonna eat some food, and then I'm gonna be at the airport. I got it. Love you, honey. Bye. Okay. So we had a normal goodbye, and now we're back together.
Trying to bring you back down to planet Earth.
Okay, so you want to explain what happened?
Me?
You can explain. So my flight got delayed out of Medford. And I just got the notification. It wasn't like this morning. If they would have notified me this morning, I could have figured something out. But it notified me like as we were getting here to the airport that my flight's delayed 4 hours. Well, I gave myself like a 4-hour window to get there, like to have plenty of time. And otherwise I would have had to fly out this morning at like basically be at the airport at 4 a.m. Yeah. So anyway, long story short, I'm gonna miss my flight to New Zealand, and we're trying to figure out what to do. So
you're sitting here in the airport with the stuff.
So anyway, trip's off to a great start, but luckily I'm talking to a travel agent. We're gonna get it figured out. It's just the timing's gonna be a little different than we thought, but at least we give ourselves enough time. It's not like I'm in danger of missing a race or nothing. We just gotta get the next flight and hope all that goes well. So we're doing about all we can right now, which I couldn't even check any of my stuff because obviously the flight got delayed 4 hours. So yeah, anyway, that's where we're at right now, and that's how today's travel video is going. This one. Oh, look at that, 44. We're good.
All right.
Good to go? Awesome, thank you. All right, guys, we made it to San Francisco. The seat made it, my other bag made it. So basically everyone else, like if I just had to run to a gate, I maybe could have made my flight, but I obviously have to check all this stuff. It has to be checked so far ahead of time before the flight. Like I just needed that flight to not be delayed by maybe 1 less hour, and I could have made it, but we got everything rescheduled. So I think I'm getting on another plane in about 3 hours. So I'm just gonna be a little bit behind the rest of everyone, like my camera guy, Matt, my buddy, Caleb, everyone he's bringing, some of the other drivers, like they are all boarding right now to head to Auckland and then head to the South Island. And I'm trying to catch up, but I gotta find the other part of the airport to get to, the international section. So I had to come out, I'm gonna have to go back through security, restart this whole process. So we're gonna kind of find it together. I haven't been to SFO very much. Still cruising. This is a heck of a workout, carrying around a Butlerville seat. and a 45-pound bag of gear. We are getting our money's worth this trip. That's a lot better right there. Made it through security number 2. So there's a look at our airplane for what is the longest flight I'm gonna take in my life to this point, just over 13 hours. Sitting here in the airport, getting my compression socks on. I was told that this would probably help for, sitting in the same spot for so long. But we're boarding the plane now. This was the first time I got to walk through like an upgraded seat area. Like I think this is first class or maybe this is business class. I don't know. I think these are the seats that kind of make down into a bed and you have like your own like pod. It's pretty neat. But walked farther back in the plane where I was sitting. I found my row and I actually quickly found out that this flight wasn't super full. So I ended up not having anybody next to me. I had the entire row to myself, which really was helpful for this long flight and me getting to just sleep and kind of lay out between the 3 chairs. But we're taking off. Again, it's just after 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and it ended up being dark for most of the entire flight until we got closer to landing. Now they came around, they brought us like what would be dinner, this chicken sandwich. It wasn't too bad. For my first actual meal on an airplane, I mean, it was solid, but here's later on once I woke up after sleeping about 8-9 hours, and we finally were getting into some light as we were about to land. Okay guys, we are about 1 hour from landing in Auckland, New Zealand. Can't tell if the times went by fast or slow. Spent a lot of it sleeping. Been very fortunate that this flight is like under a quarter full, at least back here in the normal economy. Like there's not many people, so a lot of us had an entire row just to kind of crash and spread out. I'm gonna head back to my seat, just taking a second to stretch my legs. Compression socks, they've worked well. That was definitely a good call, but we'll be back on the ground, gotta go through the process, get back in the air, and we're almost to our final destination. So right before we landed, they actually brought everyone breakfast. We had an option between like eggs and sausage and potatoes or like pancakes, and I had no idea that was actually on the itinerary, so that was neat. I also got a coffee just because why not? And touchdown in Auckland. It felt good to be on the ground, but again, I got to sleep most of the flight, so I wasn't too fatigued from being in the air for 13 hours. At this point, I feel like this could be the most stressful part of the travel, just getting off the plane. I gotta go out, get my check bags, and I gotta go through customs because I'm entering into a different country, so I have to go through, which is actually a pretty strict process here in New Zealand, and obviously doing it all by myself as I'm not with the other guys. In general, it didn't end up being too difficult, actually. It's mainly just trying to get in the right area of the airport because when you're traveling internationally, it's a completely different terminal and section than just like when you're traveling within the country. So got all my stuff, got headed in the right direction, and finally got to my gate where I could just chill out, then get on the next plane. And at this point, we're just fast forwarding the process because I want to land in Queenstown and get to where I'm going. All right, guys, we made it to Queenstown. Super excited just to head outside. I could see what it looked like when we were landing. This place looks amazing. All right, guys, just made it here to Central Motor Speedway where we're gonna be racing this Friday and Saturday, the first 2 nights of the USA Invasion before we head up to Christchurch and run Ruapuna. These guys picked me up from the airport. They already started showing me around. We stopped at a tavern. They showed us where the bungee jumping, the jet boating, all this cool stuff that we're gonna be doing this trip. But we had to come look at the racetrack, obviously. That's why we're here in New Zealand. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This is Central Motor Speedway, and I think they're expecting over 30 410 sprint cars for what is, I guess, one of their biggest races of the season this weekend, where the locals take on the Americans take on the locals, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But that's going to kind of wrap up our travel day. We're just going to be hanging out the rest of the evening, probably going to get some sleep at some point. We got some work to do, and just overall start getting prepared for this weekend, get my seat in the car, work on, my hot rod, all the different guys, like all the different cars we're driving, get everything ready for the entire trip. So really appreciate your guys' support and looking forward to what's going to be, some of the most exciting off-season weeks I've ever had in a different country.